Hello, hello, happy Friday everybody. Welcome to Friday Sews. A little bit of sewing, a little bit of life. I have a fun pattern to review today and I want to share it with you. It's called Butterick 6394. It's this one. I'm wearing it. Oh my gosh, I think this is super cute and super easy. So I just want to tell you some of the good and some of the bad because there was a few things that I had a beef with on this pattern. It says fast and easy. I will say yes, very fast, very easy. The fabrics it recommends are boucle. What's that? I'm gonna have to look that up. Sweater knits. And then it has a contrast piece, but I did view D, which had no contrast piece, but the contrast piece could be in faux leather. It's unsuitable for obvious diagonals, which is weird because view A is an obvious diagonal and it's so cute. Why would they do that? Okay. Alrighty then. So I made it twice and it turned out great. It was easy to make. I can make this over and over. It's super easy to wear. I've already worn it once. I wore this one, which is out of a soft, stretchy, kind of a t-shirt weight knit. And oh my gosh, this is just going to be a great piece because I love to throw on a cardigan. Simple and easy, and black is what I usually grab. I like it because it's a good shape. I like this shape. I did notice that even on the model, it looks a little bulky. So the first thing I did is I didn't even cut it out. I went ahead and took the tissue paper. Actually, I think I transferred my pattern to paper. One or the other. I did test it on my dressmaker form to see if it was going to be super huge. Because if I go by my measurements, I should be oh, here we go. I should be an extra large. I'm usually an extra large, so I figured that'd be about right. So I went ahead and pinned it to my dress form, and a large was way better. It was just so wide. The length was the same in every size. This size only includes large, extra large, and XXL. So there's only 3 sizes in here, and I went with the smaller one. And it was perfect. I didn't really even change the size once I made this. So doing that little bit of tissue fit was worth the effort. So I highly recommend that. It doesn't have any shape to it or any curve. It's just a throw on. And that's what I kind of like about it. So let me just show you how it was going to fit if I put it on, I put it on my dress form with this paper. Take a look. I did a little pin to kind of determine if this size was going to work for my cardigan, and this is my dress form that I made that actually is my body figure, this exact same replica of my body. So I pinned it in the center and I pinned it on the shoulder. Let's see. And it's got the sleeves kind of dome and it kind of goes off, but I really have plenty of room on the sides. I don't want it super huge, and this is sized down to at least one size from what I should be based on the measurements. So I think this is going to work. I just wanted to show you my process. So you see, it just didn't need all that extra. So this size was perfect in the large, which wouldn't have fit me according to the measurements. So you can't always trust that. And it doesn't have really a finished garment measurement except for the length. Why would they do that? Finished garment measurements, it's just the length. That doesn't tell you how big it is. I don't know. The biggest beef I had with this pattern is how much fabric they recommend that you purchase to make the garment. Now, every size is the same length. And according to the layout picture, let me get it. According to the layout picture, it doesn't really matter which size you're doing. They pretty much all need to go stacked. Now I wasn't doing the hood, so it should be the least amount of fabric that they needed. And it tried to be tricky on this one and have you do that wasn't going to work. Well, maybe. But here is what you would recommend right here, and they're all just stacked up. I think it needed a little more fabric. That's all. I had to shorten this just to get it on the piece of fabric. I purchased 3 yards. The recommendation for 60 wide in the XL, which I thought I was going to need, was 2.5, but the L was also 2.5. Oops, excuse me, view D. D. 2 3/4 or 2 5/8. Which one's bigger? I hate these fractions. I wish we were on the decimals. I'd probably figure it out easier. But all I can say is, based on this, there wasn't enough. And I don't know. I would just say maybe measure your pattern and check the fabric, because I measured the pattern and I came up with 111 inches for the length of each piece if they just laid out all in a row. And that's just a little over 3 yards. So 3 yards did it, but I still had to shorten it just a little. And I like it this length. So I might add a little, maybe an extra 1/4 yard to just get that extra hem and try it a little longer. So mine turned out to be about the length, I think the length that she's wearing in view B. But I'd like to see what it looks like when it's past the knee. So let me just show you me wearing both of these. You know, I thought I should tell you that I accidentally cut my sleeves too short because they were really long. So I took the part that I cut off and made it just into a band. And I quite like it, actually. So sometimes the mistake turns into a nice feature. I thought I would just share that. I love them. I think they're cute. I think I would make more. It says boucle and sweater knits. I think that you really need a little stretch just for the sleeves but the sleeves are kind of big, so maybe, I don't know, I'd kind of like to make it with something not as stretchy and just see how that works. But you know, I'm trying to follow instructions, probably like you are. So things I really like about it, I love the way they did this collar. Obviously I didn't do the hood, but I did the collar, and it's super cool the way the piece of the front is laid out. I'm going to do a little picture of the piece, the pattern piece for the front. It's this weird little flap, and you just sew that to the back, and then you sew all the way across, and you get this very cool little seam that goes, you know, goes from, this is a drop sleeve, and then the lower sleeve starts right here at the sleeve. So it kind of just goes up and around the neck and down, and it's got a really cool shape to it. I love this collar. I think it's my favorite part, is this collar. This view D had no clasp, no nothing, but view A had a little tab, and you put a snap on it. And I thought, I don't really like the tab. I don't even like it in their picture, but I thought a button would be cool. So I sewed a button and a snap. So it's a snap underneath, but there's a button for the decor of it. And sometimes I like to snap things closed if it's cold. I'd like to zip it all the way up, but that's a whole nother garment, and this is not meant to be that. So when I finished, I just followed the instructions. I always like to make my first garment right off the instructions to see if I want to change anything. So I thought, well, it would be nice if I tacked down the facing. So inside the facing, here, I'll show you on this one. The facing has some interfacing, so it's a little bit more structured. And I just serged the edge. They didn't even tell me to do anything to the edge. I would think you would hem it or something. I just serged the edge. So there's your facing, and it just sits there. And I thought, well, that would be nice if I tacked it. So I did, and it was just, you know, it just didn't flow. It just didn't hang. So it's better. I mean, you know, I was being smarty pants, going to go ahead and do something extra, and it didn't hang well. It hangs much better with the facing, and the facing doesn't show. It's fine, just the way they said to do it. This is super easy. If you're a beginner, you could do this. Just follow the instructions. I thought the instructions were easy to follow, and I'm not a real Butterick fan, so I feel good about that. So would I make it again? Yep, I think I would. This is going to be a go-to for sure. And I like making things over and over because every time I make it, it's easy. I've already figured it out. For my hems, I did a twin needle effect on the sleeves and the length. And other than that, I didn't do anything. It's super comfy. I could wear, a bulkier top underneath, and I could still throw this on. Sometimes if you're wearing a jacket that has tighter sleeves, it's hard to get a long sleeve in there. This would be easy. Yeah, I like it. I also want to try this View A with the short sleeves. I think that would be cute with like a long sleeve top underneath. And I like the obvious pattern. So it says not to, but I think obvious diagonals. Isn't that what that is? Am I wrong? Isn't that what that is? If you're just here for the pattern review, welcome to my channel. But this is also what I call Friday Sews. And there is a whole bunch of us sewing channels that talk about Friday Sews being a little bit of sewing and a little bit of life. So if you want to see other vlogs like this one, go to my playlist for Friday Sews and you'll see a whole slew of them. And if you're a regular, I want to say happy Thanksgiving. I know that when you watch this, it was yesterday, but as I'm filming it, it's today. We are having our Thanksgiving dinner on Friday because my son-in-law works at the hospital. God bless him. Somebody's got to be there when you drop the turkey and burn your hand. Things happen. And so we're just going to have the next day when he has the whole day off. So when you watch this, I'll be having turkey. Yum, yum, yum. So our whole family is getting together for Thanksgiving this year, and I'm really excited about that because that's not normal. We're all spread out. But sometimes we try to get together for either Easter or Thanksgiving, and this was it. My son and his family came down from the north, and the newlyweds, my granddaughter and her new husband, came up from the south, and we just had the best time. The best time. So what else? I mean, it's all about family this week. It's funny because I'll just go into this real quick. Is now that I'm going to be heading into great grandma territory, I could feel how you just move back a space. I ran into somebody in the store that we know, my hubby and I, and the first thing you talk about when you're in our age group is grandkids. How's the grandkids? And whether you get to see them or not and all that stuff. And I just said, well, we're going to be great grandparents. And he said, oh my gosh, that's great. You'll get to have another baby in your life. And I said, no, not really. And he's all, why? And I said, because there'll be a whole bunch of grandparents in between us and that baby. It's true. We're not going to be the grandparents of that baby. There's going to be a whole bunch of those. And, you just feel your position moves back a little bit further. So it kind of just made me want to just spend, I have some younger grandkids, and it just made me want to spend like more time with them, which I already do. So that wasn't a no-brainer, but it's interesting to see these sort of cycles of life. I'm going to be a great grandma. My gosh. Will I ever even get to hold that baby? All those grandparents are going to be like, nope, not your turn. I don't blame them because being a grandparent has been one of the funnest things in my whole life. I love being a mom, but being a grandma is super fun. So really, that's all I had to talk about. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you ate too much, right? That's what Thanksgiving's for. Eat too much and then rest, and then, we can all go for a walk later. How about that? I hope you enjoyed my review of this cute and easy little wrap. I mean, I'm going to call it a cardigan. It's not really a jacket. It's lightweight. And it's not lined, so it's super easy to wear, and I really do want to make more. We'll see. Thanks for stopping by. And before I go, I want to say that it's really cool that we have a National Day of Thanksgiving, because I saw somebody talking about how to relieve stress in your life. I don't know, it was just a commercial or something that just came across the screen, and he was saying being thankful is such a stress reliever. And I thought, I don't do that enough. Like, I don't count my blessings enough to sit down and do like a thankful list. So I'm thinking I might need to make a list of what I'm thankful for, but on the top of that, right up there, is going to be you. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for making this channel what it is, and it's so special to me, and I so appreciate it. And I want to just say that I'm thanking God for you. I'm really grateful to have you and have this platform to share something we all love. And, you know, who wants to hear about this? In my life, absolutely nobody, but you. You want to hear about this, and maybe you'll go make this pattern too and let me know what you think. So thank you for being there. I really appreciate it, and you're on my thankful list. And I hope you have a lot to be thankful for too. And I want to wish you blessings for you and your family, and I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving holiday. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.